Hi, everyone, and welcome. And today I'm so excited because I'm touching on a topic that has been so huge on my journey. I'm sure it will be, when you hear it, it's going to be huge in your journey. And it's always great to expand our perspective on things that we have drawn conclusions on because everything is such an infinite expression. It's really limiting to just have something and be like, oh, this is how it is. And as I share my perspective and as I share my journey, please feel free to take what resonates and throw the rest out. It's super important for us to be practicing discernment as all of these beautiful beings are sharing videos like this, sharing their wisdoms, and that we're all unique expressions of source experiencing reality differently. So it's not the end of the world if you hear something that someone is saying something that has not been in your perceived experience of reality, and that's okay. It's all about honoring everyone where they're at and just open-heartedly hearing what someone has to say, and if not, let it be. So today's video is on the ego. And from my journey, there's been a lot of bad rap about the ego. It's been more talking about that it's evil and that we need to get rid of it. And from my perspective, as long as there is warring frequencies, there is bound to be entanglements. And so through breath work, through meditation, I've had the beautiful opportunity to really sit neutrally with this, free of judgment, giving it space to be, and literally having this inner conversation with it. And I saw it for what it is, an aspect of ourselves aiding us in navigating these lower dimensional planes of existences. When you talk about our origins, whether you want to call it heaven, whether you want to call it sixth, seventh, eighth, whatever dimension, you can paint it how you want it, but essentially we've come from a higher vibrational state of being. We've all heard the call to come to earth and aid during this beautiful ascension. You're ready to experience all of the wellspring of soul evolution here. And so our soul might not be used to that. And so when you talk about what has occurred on this earth, it's been steeped in separation. It's been steeped in survival, right? Like, this is mine, that's your family, get your own. Everything that you can just imagine unfolding. And the ego has been at the driver's seat of that, aiding us and perfectly aiding us and navigating these experiences. And now the frequencies are here for us to ascend, for us to raise our vibrations, for us to expand our consciousness, to be moving in more into unity consciousness, to be more moving in more into unconditional love. And the ego does not operate in that system. And so for those of you who are watching videos like this, we can feel that, like, it's not aligned with our core essence. And so the key is, like I said, not to see it as something evil and something to get rid of, but something to look at and honor for what it's done, and bring in gratitude for aiding us and being able to acquire this information, this wisdom, and getting us through everything, and saying, like, thank you so much. It's time to come home. And of course, I'm giving you an abbreviated version. This has definitely been a whole process of going within and doing many breath works and meditations. And that being said, it might be a quick one time for you, but generally speaking, there is definitely some inner work to be done. And as you've integrated, now you can call forth your higher self to be at the main operating system of who you are. And now your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, which is what creates reality, is aligned with the higher vibrational state of being. Unified consciousness, unconditional love, joy, abundance, etc., etc., etc. And this is how I have personally go from moment to moment, not experiencing that resistance with that aspect of me that we are calling an ego. And one thing that I do want to highlight is that depending on who you are, right? We're all individual souls. We've come at different times. You might have had many lifetimes. Well, we all have many lifetimes simultaneously existing, if you want to speak correctly. And so to get rid of the ego, it could be a process. And it's easy for us to get frustrated on this journey, especially patience. Patience is the key, right? You look at society, how it's all set up. Everything is instant gratification. You can download a music, you can download a video, you can get a date, you can order food and it will come to you. So this is a process that requires many things, but unconditional self-love for others as well, not just the self. Patience, right? Neutrality, gratitude. I think these four things have really aided me in and in integrating this aspect, and really it's been a huge part of my inner work for things other than that. And so what I will share is that some signs, if you will, that the ego is your main operating system, right? Because at this point in time, this all might sound great, but it's like, okay, how do I really know if the ego is integrated, and how do I know if I'm operating as the ego? Well, as mentioned before, if you are constantly in a survival state of being, you're seeing others as separate than yourself. You kind of have that like, this is mine and that's yours. And there's judgment and self-criticism, not only of the self, but of others. And there's negative thoughts about someone walks in, about the clothing they're wearing, whatever it is. If it is not aligned with unconditional love and unified consciousness, just to give a small nutshell, then this is the ego. All right. And the process of when you feel and you see these things come up, you remain neutral with it and giving gratitude. Say thank you for having the awareness that the ego is at play. And however it works for you, but for me, it was a lot of inner talk. Hey, thank you, ego. In the past, you have been amazing, but we are no longer operating in this. It's thank you for showing me where I still have these programs of judgment or of self-hatred or whatever it is. Getting to the core of whatever is coming up and integrating in it, and then shifting your perspective, if you can, imbuing the emotions of joy, of unconditional love, of anything high vibration, and continue your thoughts, emotions, and actions from this state. And like this, it's a process of allowing the ego to show where it's still in control, neutrally and lovingly integrating it, and moving on. And so just staying with it, staying consistent, staying persistent, and to not get discouraged if this keeps coming up, right? This is why I brought in patience with this process. I think this is everything that I feel called to share in this now moment. If you want me to expand on anything in this video, touch on a topic, share your process of how you've integrated the ego, leave the comments down below in the comment section. And until the next now moment, I am sending you all so much love and wishing you all a joyful and a grace and ease filled rest of your now moment, whether it's the day, the night, the evening. And with that being said, namaste.